Hey guys, my name's Ryan. Today we're reacting to top 5 kids who got caught red-handed. I know some of you are probably probably good kids, but not all of you. Hold on. I'll do something here real quick. Not everybody. So we're gonna just react to it. 3, 2, 1.
The video and comment what rule was. I remember I once got in trouble for not doing my homework for a week straight, but yeah, best comment gets pinned. Anyways, let's get right into the video. Number 5. So kids have been hiding stuff from their parents since the beginning of time, and in a lot of ways, the internet has actually made that even easier. With that said, if you're unlucky enough to just have really nosy parents, then no matter what you do, you're gonna get figured out in the end. Basically, the story is that this kid ordered a bong off the internet, but when it arrived, his mom asked him to open it in front of her. Now, obviously, he was way too scared to tell her the truth, so he came up with a super fake-sounding story about ordering an Xbox remote, and pretended to be really shocked when he opened the box and found something else. Now, that's already pretty funny, but the best thing about this video is that he takes the lie way too far, and pretends not to even know what a bong is. So, he's opening this really obvious box and just saying insane stuff like, I think it's a vase, even though the mom is having none of it.
It's like a vase.
Well, open it then.
I'm opening it, chill. It just looks like a vase for, a bunch of, things.
It's a bomb.
What the frick?
It's a bomb.
What the heck? I didn't order that. Ordered an Xbox card. Or Xbox remote.
This is a bomb.
Oh, wow. I did not order that.
Do not take it.
It's a bomb. What the heck? I didn't order that. Ordered an Xbox card.
Number 4. Okay, so this parent didn't literally catch his kids red-handed, but he definitely caught them blue-handed or green-handed or something. What I mean is, this dad found both his sons absolutely covered in paint, and once he forced them both into the bathroom, he just had to figure out who was behind it. He's trying to be stern because, the kids are in trouble, but the whole thing is so funny that he's constantly on the edge of laughing. As for the kids, they're doing everything right, just nodding and shaking their heads without saying anything until they start asking questions. The second they start quizzing their dad and arguing back, he starts laughing more and more, and he swaps between giggling at their responses and telling them they're in big, big trouble.
Whose idea was this? Did you think this was a good idea? Look at brother's face. Who got the paint out? Brother did? How'd he get it? How do you think we're gonna get this paint off?
Right here now? What is funny? What is funny?
Number 3. Now, almost all kids act differently around their friends than they do around their parents, and most of the time, that's completely okay. The thing is, if you act like a rebel at school, but not at home, you might accidentally get your wires crossed and do the wrong thing in front of the wrong person. And yeah, that's obviously what happened here, and to be fair, the kid felt super bad about it, but at that point, it was way too late. Don't know what I mean? Well, basically this mom was trying to film a normal conversation with her son, but he obviously wasn't paying attention and straight up flipped her off without really noticing. The mom was so shocked since he probably never done it to her before, and the poor kid didn't even realize what he'd done straight away. As soon as he figured it out, he puts his hands over his mouth and just stared, either because he couldn't believe what he had just done, or because he knew how much trouble he was in. Either way, it's pretty hard not to feel bad for the little guy, even though the mom's shock reaction is priceless.
It's the only thing you want to do all day. Make your mind up. Uh-oh! Whoop your ass. It's the only thing you want to do all day. Make your mind up. Uh-oh! Whoop your ass.
Number 2. So, if you've been paying attention to the list so far, you've already realized one thing, which is that when kids try to hide a drug habit from their parents, it never ever works out. I mean, this guy had obviously managed it for a while, but then he got careless and ended up smoking somewhere where his family could see him. So, did they just remind him to be careful and leave him to experiment on his own? Of course not. Like, the dad confronted him that same day in a pretty brutal way. How brutal are we talking? Well, the kid is just trying to take a nap, but he gets woken up with a pretty painful sounding crack on the side of the head. And then he gets a lecture to back it up. Now, there's a point in this video where I think everybody watching just shakes their head, because the kid makes one of the most rookie mistakes in the book. I mean, everyone knows that if you get caught out on something big, the worst thing you could do is keep lying about it, and that's exactly what this guy does. To be honest, I'm just glad the video cuts out before the fight gets any more intense, because I'm not sure I want to see how it ends.
So you had the nerve to flame up a blunt in front of me, huh? You just don't give a fuck, do you? You just don't give a fuck, do you?
What you talking about, boy?
You wasn't this morning.
No, I wasn't.
Apple, who the fuck you talking to?
Why you smoke this morning?
I watched you. I watched you.
This is dumb.
You gonna just sit here and lie in my face?
Yeah.
You gonna lie in my face?
You ain't got no proof. I'm not smoking this morning.
Okay, here's our honorable mention. If there's one thing every kid is allowed to figure out for themselves, it's music. But that doesn't mean the parents are always happy with what their kids decide to listen to. I mean, this poor mom was just trying to order some Christmas presents on the computer when she accidentally clicked on Spotify and brought up her son's favorite playlist. So what was it? Country, western, maybe even some musical theater? Well, no. What she actually found was nothing but rappers, and as a Christian woman, she didn't seem too happy with the lyrics. Like, I've got to give her credit for doing her research, because she literally goes through the whole playlist track by track, even though she's obviously shocked out of her mind. Either way, have you ever played a super embarrassing song in front of your mom? I mean, sheesh, I bet all your moms would love a little pump in their life. Maybe you should show it to them.
She just bleached her asshole, and I can bleach on my t-shirt. I'ma feel like an asshole. I was high when I met her.
Do you listen to Bible? Come from? What? This type of music. This is affecting your brain. It's freaking turning you into a psychotic person. Do you enjoy disgusting shit they're talking about? Fucking, sex, sucking, and you think that's fine and that's funny? What? Tell me what you want to say about this.
Number 1. It doesn't matter where you go. If there's one thing in life that always makes dads have some sort of extreme reaction, it's the moment when their daughters first start dating. I don't know why, but a lot of them decide the only way to react is to get super angry, and maybe even smash some stuff up. Now in this case, it's kinda understandable, because apparently he caught her sending dirty text messages on a phone he was paying for, and obviously wasn't happy about it. However, just taking away the phone wasn't enough for him. He had to completely stop her for good, so he came up with an even more extreme plan. You might be thinking at this point that you know where the video's going, and if your idea involves smashing up the phone, you'd be right. Like seriously, he just grabs a bat and starts wailing on it. Then once it's completely broken, hits it way out across the neighborhood, so it's somebody else's problem. I've got to hand it to her though, the daughter barely reacts, so my guess is she probably has a backup phone somewhere that he knows nothing about. And there's our video on the top 5 parents who caught their kids red-handed. If you enjoyed the video, please feel free to leave a like down below and subscribe so you see whenever you upload a video. Also, if you have your own top 5 or top 10 idea, feel free to search me handy form in the description to submit it. With that said, thank you for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.
Alright guys, so it's the end of this video. That's the end of this video. I really enjoyed it. So, peace and stay awesome.